Hi, welcome to Get Personal with Finance. Today I want to share with you the #1 missed opportunity that leads college students to then struggle after they graduate. So it's been an amazing journey for me interacting with more and more college students. But the population of college students I've been talking to a lot lately are seniors. And I've been able to get some wonderful insight from them. And one of them is this missed opportunity that they wish somebody clearly spelled out for them, that mentor them, and really get them to really understand that is the missed opportunity of building equity for themselves. And so as they look at their 4-year investment to get their degree, they are so focused on that they kind of forgot about, wow, the 4 years that I'll be investing by the, when I started, let's say you're 18, and by the time they're done, 4 years, they'll be 22. They never consciously think about, boy, when I'm 22 years old, what would be my worth, right? Well, I wouldn't say what would be my worth. They should think that their worth would be so much more than just a college degree. Of course, they will accomplish that, but their personal worth in terms of the skills that they've been able to acquire during those 4 years or build for themselves, and skills, I mean, plural, multiple skills, experiences, and additional knowledge beyond the academic. And then their networking and their ability to build up their reputation. Another way you can say it is their credibility and resume. So it's really sad to me to see students with their 4-year investment and they have very little to show for. And what I mean by that is that you can tell by their level of confidence, their level of future focus, and their excitement for their future to get going, or they already lined something up and they're just entering that position. Because again, they work hard and they've done their research to stack various skills, knowledge level on top of one another to make them so valuable, or to make them or it gives them so many opportunities because they have all these qualifications already. Like for example, like for me, I mean, when I was done with college, I already have my licenses, a lot of them, I was done. So to be a financial advisor, I didn't have to join a firm and then get my licenses and then get going. I can join a firm and start right away because in those 4 years, I was conscious enough to see that, this is gonna be the field that I wanna make an investment in. Then I start right away. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is, I forgot who said this, but don't forget that colleges, university is not a place where you go and get educated. It's merely a place that it gives you the opportunity to educate yourself, right? So don't think that, for example, when you go to college that, oh, I'm not gonna learn, accounting and finance or personal finance is important, but I won't learn about that until my senior year, so I'm just gonna put it off. No, don't have that mindset. Learn about it today, and then when your senior years, learn it again, right? But don't put yourself, don't say, hey, you know what? I'll just kind of be on the plan, the academic plan. I don't have a plan for myself to make me even more valuable. Does that make sense? So I think that's something that it's sad for me to realize, is that students misunderstand that idea, that they think that, oh, I'm gonna learn about that later, so I'm just gonna put it off. But they don't have this mentality of, I wanna learn it today, I wanna learn as much as possible. They wanna be enriched today, and as soon as possible. There's a sense of urgency. So in their 4 years, when they graduate, that they would be worth so much, or if they can accelerate that 4 years into 3 years compressed time, because there's a sense of urgency. They wanna make sure that they're building their worth up as fast as possible, as great as possible, and to make themselves worth so much more as fast as possible. So I put together this habit, another learning model, and it's called the equity building stack for college students, for during their college years to think about. And it's getting them to understand that they need to stack their learning and development one on top of another, right? With different skill sets, with different skills, with different knowledge, with different experiences. And all of these things add up to build their worth, right? To build your worth. And so if you're a college student and you're just starting college, aren't you glad you're watching this, versus if you're a senior, right? So really, really important. The missed opportunity where most college students make of not building or having an equity plan for themselves, or to build equity for themselves, is now told to you, right? So at least now you know that, you need to think beyond degree that you will receive at the end of your 4 years, or your really quick 3.5 years or 3 years. But you gotta stack that. That's the basic block of that's the starting stack, but you got to stack many more things on top of that to make you even more valuable. So with that in mind, as you, again, if you look at the model, your equity and your worth should increase, right? So again, like a home, when you first buy an investment, it starts off at a certain price, let's say 100,000, but over 4 years, it should increase to 200 or 300,000, right? Depends on how much you put into the property or the business to make it more and more valuable, so the price increases. So think of yourself as that, you're the first and best investment that you can make for yourself. You're a growth company and you're a growth stock, right? Just think of it, you're all in one. And to make yourself more valuable, what do you need to do, right? If you look at a company, the reason why they become more valuable is what? They're able to acquire new skills through mergers, acquisition. They're able to hire new talent to develop new products and services. They're able to market themselves better. They're able to make their brand more relevant by creating, having a lot of intellectual property, having great niches, right? So you yourself is that. So the missed opportunity of your 4 years, don't have this mindset of just going to school and be done, or going to school and just get a job and just kind of zone out, right? Just so you can get by. Have a mentality of thinking of someone that you need to build equity for yourself, and everybody's got to start somewhere, but you're always thinking about, how do I build equity for myself? By doing this, does this build equity for me? If it doesn't, then you just need to, then you got to realize that, hey, I just need this job so I can just pay my bills, but I got to do something extra for me to build myself even more. So in that 4 years, I can look back on graduation day to be so proud of myself. I got things, I maxed out those 4 years. I build up so much equity for myself, and I'm excited to get going. Versus others where they have like senioritis, or they're just really kind of like a deer in headlights, where they're like, oh my gosh, okay, now it's graduation, kind of what I do, right? And then they start to look at what skills do they need, and then they start researching all these things where you were so ahead of the game, right? So, because again, as you get older, as you mature in your college journey, as you become a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, your confidence level builds because you have more and more experiences, you have more and more education, knowledge, right? You've acquired more and more skill sets, you're more network. See, all of this is what you're building equity, and that's the missed opportunities that seniors have shared with me that I have been able to kind of like synthesize and share with you. And again, personal finance is more personal than just the finance aspect. Remember, we drive our finances, and part of driving our finances is, again, our values, our worth, what we bring to the table, what our knowledge level, our experience, how can we contribute to the world, how can we be of service, right? And the more knowledgeable and more experienced we are, the more problem we're able to solve, the more we're able to contribute, to be a contributor to others, the more our net worth is, right? So that's why somebody would hire me instead of they would hire another financial advisor, because of my background experience, because of the diversity of skill sets that I have, the diversity of experiences, both personally, professionally, and working with clients, and the over 17 years of equity that I have for my experience level. So you kind of see that. So in summary, again, do not miss the opportunity that exists for every college student, and that is to build equity for themselves for those 4 years. Think in that level. Don't just think building equity for yourself in terms of just getting a degree and then seeing what happens. Don't leave things to chance. If there's one thing I've learned from my mentor, is always put the odds in your favor, right? And the definition of luck is when preparation meets opportunity. You always want to be prepared. So you want to make sure that you prepare yourself as much as possible beyond the average, right? Unless you want average lifestyle, average everything. You got to really, really build yourself. You got to build equity for yourself. And this infographic and learning model is the start. And so hope you connect with our learning community more to learn more about all of these things that all these resources and education materials and content I'm creating to empower you and others like yourself to be so much better with their finances in a manner that you can then master your finances. So with that, I want to thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share with others. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.